You might think your dog sleeps beside you just for warmth. But science says something far deeper happens every night you share that bed. Your hearts sink, your breathing changes, even your stress melts away. And most people over 60 have no idea why. Because this nightly habit can heal you or quietly harm you. Stay till the end. What happens between you and your dog each night is more powerful than you ever imagined. Number 1. The cortisol effect nobody talks about. When your dog climbs into bed, your brain releases oxytocin within 90 seconds. This is the same bonding hormone released between mothers and newborns. But here's what researchers at Uppsala University found. Your cortisol levels, the stress hormone, drop by 23% when a dog is within arm's reach during sleep. That's more effective than meditation apps, more powerful than white noise machines, and it happens automatically. Men over 50 showed even stronger effects, with some experiencing a 30% reduction. What does this mean practically? Your body enters deep sleep faster, stays there longer, and wakes up with lower inflammation markers. This isn't just about feeling good. This is measurable, biological healing happening in real time. But if this sounds too good to be true, you're right to be suspicious. Because the same mechanism that heals some people is silently harming others. But wait, what if I told you that the very thing causing your allergies could actually cure them? The allergy reversal that doctors can't explain. People allergic to dogs who slept with them anyway showed something impossible. Their allergies decreased instead of worsening. A 10-year study tracked 400 adults with dog allergies who kept dogs in bed, despite medical advice. After 18 months, 43% reported significant symptom reduction. After 5 years, 28% tested negative for dog allergies entirely. Immunologists call this high-dose tolerance induction. Your immune system gets overwhelmed by constant exposure and reclassifies dog dander as safe. But this only works for mild allergies. Severe reactions intensified. 3 individuals developed asthma requiring emergency treatment. One man's allergies improved for 2 years, then pollen season hit while sleeping with his husky, and he had an anaphylactic reaction. His dog woke him before his throat closed completely. The exposure building tolerance almost killed him. But here's something even stranger. Your dog's sleeping position is secretly revealing their deepest thoughts about you. The position your dog chooses reveals everything. Where your dog sleeps isn't random. Dogs at the foot see themselves as guardians, positioning between you and the door. Dogs pressed against your back seek security. They need you more than you need them. Dogs sleeping on your pillow? They're displaying dominance. A study of 1-200 sleeping positions found dogs sleeping protectively showed lower anxiety. Dogs seeking contact showed higher separation anxiety. Dogs in dominant positions were more likely to guard furniture and show possessive behaviors. One man let his German Shepherd sleep on his pillow for 3 years. The dog gradually became controlling, blocking doorways and growling at visitors. When he moved the dog to the foot, behavioral issues decreased within 6 weeks. The sleeping arrangement had reinforced a hierarchy he never intended to create. The dog needed boundaries, not equal status. And speaking of sounds your dog makes at night, that innocent snoring might be a silent killer. The snoring problem that's actually dangerous. If your dog snores, you've probably learned to ignore it. But dog snoring can indicate serious health problems for both of you. Bulldogs, pugs, and flat-faced breeds often have obstructive sleep apnea, stopping breathing multiple times nightly. Your brain registers these disturbances even without waking. People sleeping beside snoring dogs showed fragmented REM patterns identical to those beside snoring humans. One woman complained of exhaustion for months. Tests found nothing wrong until they monitored her sleep. Her French bulldog woke her 18 times nightly with apnea episodes. She never fully woke, but her body knew. After the dog's surgery, her energy returned within a week. But here's something darker. Some dogs develop snoring because they're sleeping with humans, adopting unnatural positions to stay close, curling in ways that restrict airways. Your need for closeness was literally suffocating them. But for some people, sleeping with a dog isn't just comfort. It's the difference between life and death. The PTSD exception that changes everything. Veterans with PTSD showed a 60% reduction in nightmares when sleeping with service dogs. This isn't placebo. Brain scans revealed their amygdala, the fear center, stayed calmer throughout the night. One study tracked 200 combat veterans for a year. Those who slept with dogs reported 4 times fewer night terrors and used 50% less sleep medication. For these men, the dog isn't disrupting sleep. The dog is the sleep. Without that physical presence, their nervous system never fully relaxes. They're stuck in hypervigilance, scanning for threats that aren't there. The dog becomes an external regulator, a living reminder that the danger has passed. But this benefit comes with a price tag nobody mentions. These same veterans showed increased separation anxiety during travel. Their sleep quality collapsed when separated from their dogs for even one night. They'd traded one dependency for another. Is that a fair trade? For some, absolutely. For others, it becomes a trap. Now, let me tell you about the invisible invaders your dog is bringing into your bed every single night. The immune system paradox. Dogs carry an average of 60 different species of bacteria in their mouths. When they lick their paws and then sleep on your pillow, that bacteria transfers to you. For most people, this is actually beneficial. Studies show children who grow up with dogs have 50% fewer allergies and stronger immune systems. The bacteria exposure trains your immune system, makes it more resilient, more adaptable. But here's the dark side. If you're over 60, have diabetes, or take immunosuppressant drugs, that same bacteria can trigger infections. A 2019 case study documented 14 patients who developed serious respiratory infections traced back to their dogs sleeping in their beds. One man required hospitalization for pneumonia. The bacteria came from his dog's paws. He'd been letting his retriever sleep on his pillow for 8 years without issue. Then his immune system weakened slightly due to age, and suddenly that harmless exposure became dangerous. This is the hidden risk cardiologists and immunologists warn about, but most pet owners never hear. But bacteria isn't the only thing your dog is transferring. Their body heat is sabotaging your brain in ways you'd never expect. The temperature regulation secret. Your body temperature needs to drop 2 to 3 degrees for deep sleep to occur. Dogs have a natural body temperature of 101 to 102 degrees Fahrenheit, 4 degrees hotter than humans. When a 70-pound dog presses against you all night, your core temperature stays elevated. This delays REM sleep onset by an average of 22 minutes per night. Over a year, that's 133 hours of lost REM sleep. REM is where memory consolidation happens, where your brain processes emotions, where creativity develops. Lose it consistently, and you'll notice brain fog, mood swings, difficulty learning new things. But here's the counterintuitive part. For people with poor circulation, especially elderly individuals, that extra warmth is medicinal. It improves blood flow, reduces joint stiffness, and decreases morning pain. The same heat that ruins one person's sleep saves another from arthritis agony. The question isn't whether dogs should sleep with you. The question is whether your body needs what the dog provides or suffers from what the dog takes. And while your body's a sinking temperature, something far deeper is happening at a molecular level. The relationship bond that science measured. Researchers at Azabu University in Japan measured oxytocin levels in dog owners before and after sleeping together. The bond hormone spiked 300% in both humans and dogs. This creates a feedback loop. The more you sleep together, the more bonded you become, the more your nervous systems synchronize. After 6 months of co-sleeping, couples showed matching heart rate patterns even during the day. They'd literally attuned to each other's biology. For lonely individuals, widowers, people living alone, this synchronization is life-saving. It provides the physiological benefits of human companionship without the complications, but it also creates dependency. People who co-sleep with dogs for years often struggle to sleep alone ever again. Their bodies have forgotten how to self-regulate. The dog isn't just company anymore. The dog is a biological necessity. Is that love or addiction? Science doesn't have an answer, but your sleep quality might. But this bond does something incredible that happens every night without you knowing. Your dog is literally fighting your nightmares. The nightmare blocker effect. Dogs sense nightmares before you know they're happening. Your heart rate spikes 5 to 10 seconds before a nightmare begins. Dogs detect this instantly. Duke University found 67% of dogs wake their owners within 30 seconds of nightmare onset, licking faces or pressing closer until the person stirs. This interruption prevents the nightmare from fully forming. Your brain resets and drifts back into calmer sleep without remembering the bad dream. One woman had night terrors 4 to 5 times weekly for 8 years. After getting a dog, terrors dropped to once monthly. But here's the dark side. Some dogs become so vigilant they sacrifice their own deep sleep to monitor you. These dogs showed elevated stress hormones and developed behavioral issues during the day. Your protector was destroying their own rest to guard yours. Now here's the shocking part. Most people are sleeping in beds that are physically too small, and it's destroying their bodies. The bed size calculation. Nobody does. Your bed size determines whether sleeping with your dog is sustainable or slowly destroying you. Sleep experts recommend 50 square feet per adult. A queen fits 2 people barely. Add a 60-pound dog and you've lost 30% of your space. This forces unnatural sleeping positions. You curl tighter, avoid rolling, sleep partially tensed to not disturb the dog. Over months, this creates chronic muscle tension in lower back and shoulders. Physical therapists report 40% more bed-related pain patients who sleep with large dogs. One man developed sciatica after 4 years sleeping compressed to accommodate his Labrador. MRI revealed nerve compression from sustained poor posture. He never connected back pain to his dog until his doctor asked. Upgrading from queen to king decreased his pain 70% within 8 weeks. But most people miss this. Calculate your dog's stretched length, not curled size. A 50-pound dog curled takes 2 square feet. Stretched takes 8. But physical pain isn't the only thing lurking in your sheets. There's an invisible army breeding in your mattress right now. The flea and tick risk you're ignoring. Even with prevention, dogs in beds create parasite reservoirs medications don't reach. Flea eggs fall into bedding, survive washing, hatch days later. Ticks detach from dogs and attach to you instead. A dermatology study found 12% of people sleeping with dogs experienced flea bites yearly, despite prevention. The bedding became an incubation zone. One family couldn't figure out why they kept getting bitten despite monthly treatments. Inspection revealed over 200 flea eggs in mattress seams. The dog wasn't the problem anymore. The bed was. They replaced the entire mattress and quarantined the dog for 6 weeks. But psychological impact lasted longer. The father developed anxiety about bugs, checking sheets obsessively. And ticks are worse. Lyme disease transmission from ticks transferring from dog to human during sleep is underreported. One woman treated for Lyme swore she hadn't been outdoors for months. Contact tracing revealed her dog brought the tick into bed, where it transferred to her. And while parasites attack your body, your dog might be waging a psychological war you don't even see. The dominance battle, hidden in sleep. Your dog isn't just sleeping, they're negotiating status every night. When dogs refuse to move when you shift position, that's a dominance test. When they growl if you reclaim space, that's a boundary challenge. When they sprawl across the center, forcing you to the edge, that's a statement. Animal behaviorists studied 300 dogs who slept with owners. 41% displayed at least one dominant behavior related to bed access, including blocking owners from getting in, growling when moved, or refusing to get off on command. Most owners didn't recognize these as dominance behaviors. They thought their dog was just stubborn. But every interaction is rank negotiation. One couple let their Rottweiler sleep in bed for 5 years. Gradually, the dog began growling when the husband tried to join. The dog decided the bed belonged to him and the wife. The husband was an intruder. Retraining took 4 months. The growling stopped, but trust never fully returned. But dominance isn't just about behavior. There's a chemical conversation happening that's rewiring both of your brains. The scent, bonding that changes your chemistry. Dogs and humans exchange pheromones during sleep, and this chemical communication affects your mood more than you realize. Your sweat contains stress markers and hormonal signatures. Dogs absorb these through their olfactory system. University of Vienna found dogs detect owner stress through scent with 94% accuracy. When you're anxious, their cortisol rises. When you're calm, their oxytocin increases. You're chemically influencing each other's emotional states. But it goes both ways. Dogs release pheromones humans detect subconsciously, triggering relaxation in our limbic system. One study exposed stressed individuals to dog bedding without the dog. 62% felt calmer within 10 minutes. The scent alone triggered the response their brain learned to associate with their dog. This creates powerful feedback. Your stress makes your dog stressed, increasing their scent markers, which your brain detects, increasing your stress. Over months, you're not just emotionally bonded, you're chemically bonded, reading each other's scent signatures and adjusting accordingly. And here's the most dangerous part. If you ever try to break this bond, you could trigger a disaster. The final warning about sudden changes. If you've been sleeping with your dog for years and decide to stop, understand what you're triggering. Dogs don't adapt to sudden, routine changes like humans. A dog who has slept in your bed for 1,000 nights has internalized that as fundamental pack structure. Removing them abruptly causes depression, anxiety, destructive behavior, even aggression. Veterinary behaviorists recommend 4 to 6 week transitions using intermediate steps. Dog starts on bed, moves to a bed beside yours, gradually farther, then eventually another room. But 60% of owners skip this process. They decide overnight the dog needs out and expect understanding. One man locked his boxer out after 6 years. The dog destroyed the door frame trying to get in, not from spite, but panic. His entire social structure collapsed in one night. Another family moved their dog out because of a new baby. The dog became aggressive toward the infant, seeing the baby as a threat to its pack position. These aren't bad dogs. These are dogs whose owners changed rules without transition. If you're making this change, do it slowly. You're restructuring their entire understanding of where they fit in your life. So, should your dog sleep with you or not? Drop a comment and tell me your dog's sleeping spot. I'll reply to everyone in the next hour. And if this video just saved your back pain or explained your exhaustion, share it with one dog owner who needs to see this. They'll thank you later.